Hello there and welcome to the Bearded Peacock. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United, and today, well, Marcelo Bielsa has been sacked as Leeds United manager. I'm reacting to this now and giving my thoughts on it. Personally, I think it's the right decision. As if you've been watching my channel for some time now, I have been quite an advocate of Bielsa out. I have not been happy with the way that the team has been playing. Obviously results haven't been good enough in the slightest. That's now after yesterday's thrashing, another thrashing from Tottenham Hotspurs at Ellen Road. It is now 6 games without a win. The team just don't look bothered, if I'm honest. You know, let's have a look at yesterday. Yesterday's performance was absolutely disgusting. And you know, by all accounts, it created quite a toxic atmosphere around Ellen Road. Obviously was Bielsa's final game in charge of Leeds United. Yeah, disgusting. For me, the players had stopped playing for Bielsa some time ago, and you know, and that's what I mean. I feel like the players that did not. Obviously, we're fully behind Bielsa's methods in the first few years, and obviously it got us promoted, and that was absolutely brilliant. Marcelo Bielsa got us back in to the Premier League, and that was brilliant. Obviously, it's where we all want to be, or apparently not in some people's cases, in terms of what I've seen on social media today. But you know, that's where we want to be. He got us there, but for me, the players have stopped playing. If you watch them yesterday, they've just given up. You know, that second goal is absolutely disgraceful. To give it away. I know Firpo had a shocking game, and so did Llorente. And you can argue that the players haven't done Bielsa any favours, but at the end of the day, that's how football works. It's the manager that always takes the hit. He would always take the hit in every single post-match interview after a heavy defeat, as I think he did yesterday again, didn't he? But you know, and asked the question, could he turn it around? He said, of course. And well, he hasn't. He hasn't been given that opportunity. And like I said, in my opinion, it's the right decision to make. You know, and you don't really want to go on to keep watching, getting absolutely battered, because yesterday again, with Calvin Phillips out, there is absolutely no midfield. We're just getting carved open at will, and do you really want to see that happening for the rest of the season? Because at that current rate, we go down, no questions asked. I know at this current point, we're only 2 points above it. Burnley have 2 games in hand on us. One is on Tuesday against our opponents on Saturday, Leicester. If they win that, then they jump ahead of us, and we're down in 17th. We're currently in 16th place. Only Everton is separating us and the relegation zone, really, and obviously Burnley are 2 points behind on 21. They picked up a result yesterday, another draw for them, so they're finding form. You know, 2 games in hand. Everton also have 2 games in hand on us as well, and it's looking perilous for Leeds, and we're just shipping goals left, right and centre. You know, something had to change, and I'm not going to come here, you know, because I've been chasing after Bielsa going for ages now. I've been asking for it by the club and all this kind of stuff. I've taken some real stick on social media for my thoughts on the manager, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to come here on here now and say, oh, I'm whatever, this, that and the other. You know, I'm personally happy that he's gone. We've got to back the manager, Marsh, now apparently coming in on Monday. I will be looking at him in further detail once he's been appointed, and just have a look at what he's about and this, that and the other. But, you know, as a fan base, you have to back Jesse Marsh now. You have to back him. He's coming in straight off of Bielsa being sacked. You know, and the social media storm is for Bielsa. You know, there's so much negativity and towards this decision from Radrizzani, people calling him out and all sorts. Made the right decision for the club, because at the end of the day, in my opinion, and this should be quite unanimous really in a lot of fans' views, I would have said, we're Leeds United. We're not Marcelo Bielsa United. We're not one man. The club, the whole club is bigger than Marcelo Bielsa. Bielsa did some absolutely fantastic things with Leeds United. I am absolutely not disputing that at all. And you know, he brought us some great times. But at the end of the day, you know, you're judged as football management. There is no room for sentiment now in football management when there's so much on the line. I know as a fan base, obviously, it's slightly different. Lots of people have felt a real connection with Marcelo Bielsa, and he's brought, no doubt, some absolutely goodness to Leeds United. Great football at times, obviously, majority of the time, you know, and some humble ideas and a humble man, which is, you know, very, very nice to see in this day and age of football. But then again, it's cutthroat, and we've you know, you can't be sentimental about it and say, you know, what is Marcelo Bielsa going to then stay forever? Is he? You know, there has to be a point where Bielsa goes, and you know, for me, it had to happen. It had to happen ages ago. The club have now reacted and given him the sack. Some people might say it's a bit harsh on him and he doesn't deserve that, but at the end of the day, football is a results business, and at the end of the day, we've been absolutely slapped around in these last few games. 4-2 at United, 6-0 at Liverpool, and 4-0 again yesterday, where, like I said, the players, to me, look like they'd given up. And I know they've come all out on social media today and said gracias Marcelo and all this kind of thing, and pictures of individuals with Marcelo Bielsa and everything like that. Some more heartfelt than others, it has to be said. Like Sir Calvin Phillips and obviously Captain Liam Cooper have come out and you know, really put a bit of a personal touch on there. You know, and you do wonder, again, people might destroy me for this, but has, you know, Radrizzani asked every single member of the squad to put Gracias Marcelo on their social media accounts? You know, why not leave it up to the player? If they feel compelled to do it, then do it. But as a fan base and as the team, they have to get behind Marsh now, because it looks like Marsh is coming in. I'm not going to speak much about him on this video because you know, I want to speak about him when he's been appointed. But you know, you can see it a mile off. The 49ers, they want a man they know and they trust, another American. And let's wait and see where it goes. But, you know, we had to make a change because of the way we were going one way, and that was to the Championship. It's perilous now. The decision to not invest in the summer, more heavily in the summer, and also obviously in the January transfer window, is absolutely unforgivable. And at the end of the day, that is Bielsa's choice. The money is there. Obviously, when they spent like nearly 30 million on Daniel James. So the money is there for Bielsa's players that he wanted to get in. He didn't feel like a lot of players fitted the structure that he wanted inside the football club and the type of player he wanted to fit his system. Obviously, you know, all of that has gone out the window. Jesse Marsch obviously has to work with the players that he's got now, which is a small squad, but again, that's of Marcelo Bielsa's doing. But hopefully he can get the best or better out of this squad now, and we can, you know, we can get those kind of 3-4 you know, wins that we need to stay in this division, because that's the most important thing. And at the end of the day, I've seen, like I said, I've seen people saying, oh, I don't care about our Premier League status, I just want Marcelo in. You know, it doesn't matter, he united the team and all this kind of thing, and united the fan base, and which, yes, he did. But you know, the club have fought for 16 years to get back into the Premier League, and to just flush it all down the toilet just for, like I said, in terms of for sentiment. Personally, it's not worth it. You have to cut your ties at some point if things aren't working. And yeah, fully deserved for me, in my opinion. Like I've said, I don't want people going at me in the comments if anybody's going to watch this or whatever on social media, because that's my opinion. Personally, I'm happy to see him go. I'm not, you know, disputing anybody else's opinion. Everybody else has their own opinion of him. I'm not saying I didn't enjoy the football that we played. Obviously I did, but all I'm saying is it's a current time. We can't be living in the past constantly. He's had a great few years as manager of Leeds United and will go down in history as one of the legendary managers, and possibly the only one that I will see in my lifetime of the same kind of ilk, in the way that he united the whole city and the fan base and the club and everything. But that's the way it is. Football has to move on. The club has to move on. The club has to do the right thing for their status in the Premier League. And Radrizzani's taken the decision to make of sacking the manager, and that is that. You know, that's it. And people asking for a U-turn. We're not living in a Salino era where he suddenly changes his mind and you're chasing him around the car park and he's sacking the manager and then reinstating him. And, you know, that doesn't happen. We don't do that sort of thing at Leeds United anymore. It's a properly run club. Radrizzani has made the decision which is in the best interest of Leeds United at this current moment. You can't see into the future. You know, the latest results have been absolutely diabolical and unacceptable. So the only logical thing for me and the logical way of thinking is the manager goes. You know, the manager doesn't, you know, and again people have said, well, I've seen people say, well, see him out, he deserved to the end of the season. Why did he deserve it? You know, he's led us to nearly the relegation zone in the Premier League. He doesn't deserve to see out the remainder of the season. In my opinion, we would be relegated very, very quickly. These new ideas Jesse Marsch brings in, the managerial bounce that you usually get, new energy, new tactics, new just, you know, everything. And when we go in to the games and this kind of thing, you have to back him. You have to back him, because at the end of the day, it's Leeds United. It's bigger than one man. It's bigger than Jesse Marsch. It's bigger than Marcelo Bielsa. It's Leeds United as a club. So, you know, but before, you know, I do understand why people are so upset because of the way it is and what he's given to Leeds United. But I just think generally it is the best. It is the best thing to, you know, to happen for Leeds United in this season. You know, you can't live off what he did 2-3 years ago, and you know, it's done. You know, it's done, and that's what I mean. It's completely done and dusted. What he did, he got us up, but he you know, if it continued, he might have taken us back down, and what then? You know what I mean? Because the style of football, the way that Leeds United are so open, and we'll see now, Jesse Marsch, will he tighten it up? I'm pretty sure he will. Like I said, I'm going to have an in-depth look at him in my next video, and after he's been appointed, probably tomorrow. I think it's going to be Monday, isn't it? So I'll be looking at him in more detail, and then it's a new era, isn't it? It's a new era, it's new energy again. And for me personally, I'm feeling a bit more positive about Leeds United than I did after that result yesterday, although I did know that it was probably the end which it ended up to be for Marcelo Bielsa. That for me, over yesterday's thrashing, was the only positive that I could think of coming out of that one. And yeah, disastrous day for Leeds United, but things change. It's a new era coming up, the Marsch era. Can we stabilise as a club, get away from the relegation zone in these final 12 games of the season, and then move on into next season? Let's hope so. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's Leeds United's future that is at stake. Radrizzani has done the best thing that he thinks is the best thing to do for the club. I believe it probably, you know, I do believe it is the right thing for Leeds United at this point. You know, Marcelo Bielsa can't stay forever. he had to leave at some stage. And yes, it's disappointing because when a manager goes, it means that the team isn't doing well, and at the moment we're doing not very well at all. The players look really, really short of confidence, but I do think that, like I said, new energy, new manager, new tactics. He'll be given, you know, a few days to get his side ready for the Leicester game on Saturday away at Leicester, which is winnable. Leicester have not been good this season, but it is Leeds United after all. But there is one thing for sure for me: we won't be getting beat 4-5, 6-0 again this season, I don't think. Let me know your thoughts anyway. Obviously, it's a bit of a disappointing for many people this day, this situation that you find Leeds United in today, sacking the manager of nigh on 4 years, and not just the time, it's the legacy that he leaves, which he will leave, a big legacy. But at the same time, we didn't want that legacy to be tarnished by a relegation, and this gives us the best chance possible to stay in the Premier League, and let's hope we can do it. I'm sure the fans, with a couple of good results, will warm to Jesse Marsch, and we'll have some good days under him. I'm hopeful of. But a new energy from me, perhaps in the videos as well now, because I was, you know, find it very difficult to give my thoughts on things, and perhaps it'll give a new energy for me going ahead with the channel, obviously, and everything like that. So let me know anyway your thoughts. Are you sad to see Marcelo go? Are you happy that he's gone? You know, is it a good appointment in Jesse Marsch? What are your thoughts on that? Obviously, like I said, I will give my thoughts in more detail once he has been appointed, and a bit of a fact file on him and all that kind of thing. But just let me know your thoughts, everybody. You know, like I said, I am happy personally about it, but I'm not lauding it, and I'm not, you know, rejoicing, because I do, you know, appreciate and respect people's other views that are probably not quite happy about this. Let me know anyway, and thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully we get a positive result at Leicester. I'll be back with my preview of that one as well, of course, later on in the week, obviously. But today it's all about, obviously, Marcelo Bielsa, and he has now been relieved of his position as head coach of Leeds United. Thank you very much for watching. Marching on together, onwards and upwards. I'll see you on the next one.